Our purpose is to refresh the world and make a difference. We realize that people and planet come before profits. We live by that statement more than 200 markets where we operate, including Sri Lanka. Our purpose is to refresh the world and make a difference. So, sustainability is ingrained in the company's purpose. And it's important because we realize that people and planet come before profits. And we live by that statement in all the more than 200 markets where we operate, including Sri Lanka. Our purpose is to refresh the world and make a difference. And that's true for Sri Lanka as well. Our focus is very sharp on key ESG priorities which are important for Sri Lanka. Number one being the World Without Waste initiative. As part of the World Without Waste initiative, we will collect every single plastic bottle which we produce across the world by year 2030. In Sri Lanka, we have a Give Back Life version of that program, which has been on since 2017. Apart from that, our focus is on empowering and supporting local communities. Our focus is on water stewardship, where we replenish more than what we use in terms of water usage. And finally, reducing our carbon footprint, where we have taken a number of initiatives in Sri Lanka. I'd like to talk about a few of the initiatives which we have taken in Sri Lanka. The one which comes in my mind is Big Buddy returnable glass bottle, which we have launched recently. As you know, one-way packs and convenience packs came in. The consumers moved away from those returnable two-way packs. It's our initiative globally to increase our returnable mix. And the reason for doing that, it is good for the planet. Under that initiative, we have launched a pack which we lovingly call Big Buddy pack. We have a Buddy pack, which is a 175 ml pack, which is sold as an immediate consumption pack. This is the Big Buddy, which goes home. It can serve a family of 4 and at a very affordable price. We are not talking just the affordability part. We are also talking about how it's an innovation which will help us reduce our overall PET footprint in Sri Lanka. We have our strategic plan, right? And the strategic plan is about how do we win more consumers or how do we make them drink more of our beverages. But at the base of the strategic plan is how do we keep it sustainable. Every strategic template, every strategic plan must have sustainability ingrained into it. So what are we doing in that particular quarter or that particular period or that particular project about the key sustainability agendas which we are driving in that particular market? So for example, if we are doing a drive for the first quarter, we put in that plan, there will be key clear scorecards for sustainability which we'll track. And similarly, sustainability is part of our annual business plans as well as our long range plans, including planning for resources which will be required for driving them. So we ensure that adequate funding is there. Apart from that, we ensure that we keep talking about it. So every employee, whether he works for public affairs or he works on the shop floor, is generally very proud of the work which the company does. We have tried to do some path-breaking stuff. So Lakshan helped me out in terms of adopting a beach. So I asked him, which one is the dirtiest beach in Sri Lanka? And can we do something about it? And he found out that, hey, Crow Island Beach, because the nature where it is, it's on the mouth of Killarney River. It's, it gets a lot of plastic waste as well as other kind of waste, which gets the ocean throws back at. And we reached out to Jerome, who leads Clean Ocean Force. And we said, hey, Jerome, can we help you in keeping this clean? He said, I've been trying to do that, but I do it just one or every Saturday. I can't afford to bring volunteers every single day. And then we went and said, hey, we will support you in engaging Samruddhi workers all 365 days of the year. Let's clean it up every single day. And I'm very, very proud when I go to Crow Island and see it's a tough task because every day it comes and every day it gets cleaned up. Actually, on the World Coastal Cleanup Day, we decided that we'll take everyone from our plant, other operations, to clean it up and bring their families as well. We had a huge turnout. So almost all of our company turned out just to dirty their hands and do their bit. And we do it every single day, not only on Crow Island now, but 6 other beaches in Western Province and lagoons. So it's something which we are building. It's good because it helps other corporates also to find direction because it creates a template for public-private partnerships in cleaning our environment and keeping it safe. We realized in 2021, at the end of 2021, that in Sri Lanka there is a challenge which is coming out of the macroeconomic situation. And it will be challenging for consumers to afford our product. It will also be challenging for organizations to sustain all the initiatives on sustainability which we have, right? So we started planning for that. I'm very, very thrilled to share that despite all the challenges which the country had in 2022, PRR is the rate at which we collect back plastic. So for example, we sell 100 bottles, and if we collect back 10, our PRR is 10%. We more than doubled our PRR in 2022. And it was very, very challenging because we didn't have fuel to send our trucks, to supply our products. But I must give it to my people who actually, burned the midnight oil literally to connect with, MRFs as well as the waste collectors to ensure that the cycle of waste collection and processing, the wheel keeps moving. We realized that this is going to happen. And we made contingencies and plans for it. So the point which I'm making is sustainability has to be given equal importance as what is being given to top line revenue, driving top line revenues. And we do that. We also realized that affordability is going to be a challenge. So we worked out on innovating. So we looked at Latin America for inspiration. So Latin America has similar demographies and more mature businesses for Coca-Cola. They do a lot of returnable business. So in some countries, almost half of the business is in returnables. So we learned from them. We learned from Philippines, and we came up with a 750 ml big bottle, and which we have rolled out in Western Province. It enables the consumer to buy affordable Coca-Cola and refresh themselves and keep the environment clean as well. Sri Lanka is in a unique position. It's an island country. It's a beautiful country as well. And I'll narrate a personal journey. So I have my daughter who is 12 years old. And she goes to a local, overseas school, international school. And she is extremely conscious of the environmental footprint which she leaves or we leave out there. And every time we go on a beach, and if she finds any plastic bottle, she has the consciousness to pick it up and find the nearest bin and drop it there. So it dawns upon me whenever I see that behavior that the next generation is very, very conscious, makes extraordinary effort to remain eco-friendly. It also dawns upon me that this is such a beautiful country, and so upon me and my organization to keep it as beautiful as it is or even more. Sri Lanka is also vulnerable to climate change, right? So with all that in mind, our ESG priorities have been drawn out on three key areas. One is a world without waste. So we were one of the first organizations actually initiate voluntary EPR way back in 2017 when the government was not asking for it. Lakshan was part of the committee which supported the government in shaping up the EPR. Obviously, being a global multinational, we have the visibility of how globally EPRs have been shaped up. We're one of the first organizations to start reporting as per part of the voluntary EPR commitments. So, World Without Waste, EPR is a key priority. We want to keep scaling up our collection efforts. We want to keep moving towards, working towards innovation. It's things like the Big Buddy bottle, which help reduce our overall plastic footprint. And we also want to help educate the next generation. So one of the big initiatives which we have is there's a team, part of the NGOs which are implementing these projects, which goes to school and educates kids on the need for recycling, the value which is there in the plastic bottle, right? And how recycling helps communities. So that particular driving that circularity of plastic and educating everyone about it is another initiative. So World Without Waste is one key initiative. Number two, we understand as Sri Lanka is a vulnerable country to climate change. It's important that we watch out our carbon footprint. So Coca-Cola Sri Lanka Beverages, which is our bottling partner, we're one of the first companies to invest in a solar rooftop project. When it was commissioned, it was the largest solar rooftop project in Sri Lanka. It produces nearly 2 megawatt of power. That helps reduce our overall carbon footprint significantly in Sri Lanka. Third one is we have a number of coolers. You see the fridges which we put in retail outlets. We have gone for an eco-friendly refrigerant in them. It requires higher investments, but that's our commitment, that we'll move towards more eco-friendly refrigerants for our coolers. Coolers which consume less power are more energy efficient. That's another way of supporting and reducing our carbon footprint. There will be times when the community will need our support, our own initiatives, our bottler initiatives, and also support from the Coca-Cola Foundation. We have supported Sri Lanka in the time of need, be it the COVID crisis, be it the current crisis where families don't have access to nutritional food. So we are supporting Sri Lanka and Sri Lankans in this hour crisis. So we'll continue to build on these three key pillars, apart from other areas like women empowerment, which also sits at our heart of our sustainability strategy. And we'll keep our focus laser sharp on these, and we'll make progress on these.